Colin News. I think that's what I'm going with. I keep testing it out every single time. What's going on, guys? Now, I got a video for you. Somebody finally woke up. Waking up to the fullest extent. Michael Rappaport. Now, I know a lot of people, including myself, do not like this guy. I do not like the way this guy... I didn't like this guy way before I knew how he felt about Trump. Way before. I would always be like, why is this guy so intense? He swears so much. He's so not just when somebody's confident, but you can tell they don't know what they're talking about, like that type of thing. Maybe you feel like I'm like that sometimes. I don't know, but that's what I see when I see him. So as soon as he started talking about Trump, I was just like, I understand why I don't like this guy. Just super liberal, borderline woke. I mean, if blue hair suited the guy, he'd for sure go ahead and dye it up. He'd probably get a nose ring too if he wasn't so old. You know what I mean? He'd dress like a full emo kid if he could. But I'm going to show you a clip of him talking. He's waking up. He's waking up quite a bit. And you know what? Honestly, it's lovely to see. And more than one people are waking up. It's not just black people, because that's the first thought process. It's like, black people are waking up in masses. It's not just black people. It's every person who is middle class, lower class, who's feeling the effects of the policies, who's feeling the effects of, it doesn't fully bother me like other people, but the aspects of going to war. The anger that builds up when you see billions of dollars going to Ukraine, and then you look outside your door and you're hearing gunshots and you're seeing people in the streets, and maybe you live in one of the neighborhoods where they can just loot with the completely just no consequences. When you're living through that, you're just like, what am I doing? This wasn't happening when Trump was president. It's just so easy to see. Here's another person who's woken up as well. Check it out.
If you could give President Trump, or if you were able to talk to President Trump tonight, what would you like him to know?
I would like to say, Mr. President, I am so sorry for believing the lies that the mainstream media has just projected on me and that I fell for and I believed. I stand by you. I love you. I thank you for what you're doing for this country. And I'm so sorry that I just took it for granted and I did not even see it. But I do see it now, and you have one more supporter standing beside you and praying for you.
If you could...
That's beautiful. She prays now even. Oh, man, it's beautiful. When you decide to accept Trump into your life, what happens to the woke people, right? You can see she was clearly one of those people, and her hair, all the blue hair probably started coming out and it got replaced with normal colored hair. The piercings probably fell off. The holes that were left in her face probably got filled in. Probably all of a sudden she was able to eat meat again. She's like, oh my God, so much better than crickets. Oh, this is fantastic. There's a whole bunch of things that happen when you accept Trump into your life. Man, I wish I could make a video into that. Somebody transforming. Somebody saying, you know what, I'm voting for Trump, and then all of a sudden, like a werewolf, they just transform. She's like, ah. Blue hair comes out. Everything. Oh, man. But yeah, she woke up to this whole thing. And again, I love the way that she phrased it. The mainstream media. If you only watch the mainstream media, I 100% get why you don't like Trump. I can understand 1,000,000% why you don't like him. It's just the way that they depict him is like as if he's Satan himself. I mean, comparisons to Hitler, talking about being a dictator, authoritarian, all of these things that you kind of see lightly happening with this administration, they're accusing him of being. And they're trying to scare people into thinking that's what's going to come. And it's amazing that there's a lot of people who can't see that's what's here now. Who was it that was talking about it? Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's like 30, I think he said 36 hours into Biden's presidency. He started monitoring John F. Kennedy. Sorry, not John, RFK. He started censoring him, doing all these things. Their administration has asked for certain things that Tucker Carlson has posted to be throttled. You know what I mean? They've been contacting Facebook. They've been doing all sorts of things. And yet they still have the nerve to turn and be like, listen, it's going to be terrible if Trump gets in office. But it's like, we already experienced what it's like with him in office. That's that 1980, that's that Orwellian stuff. Don't believe your eyes and ears. That's the last thing that they wanted from you. Do not believe your eyes and ears. Right now, your eyes are showing you that all this chaos is because of us. Don't believe that. You're hearing all of these things are happening because we're putting in these policies from the top level all the way to the state level. Don't believe that. Just believe us when we say he is going to do the things that are happening to you now, and that would be terrible. It's like, what? Doesn't even make sense. Let's go over to Michael Rappaport. He's learned a lot. I'm very glad. I would love to see this guy just have a full conservative arc. You know, just full red-blooded Republican. Trump's in office for a year and he's just a straight-up Republican. He's just done with all the nonsense. I would love to see that happen with this guy. Because he's a lot like Stephen A. Smith in the sense of he has this very powerful voice. I know with what he's saying, what he said in the past, he's really annoying. But if he was just talking, you know, talking sense, talking common sense, like you'll hear him here, his voice is very powerful. He can affect real change in some people.
In all honesty, I have educated myself so much since 2016, and I have a ways to go. My political views have changed immensely, and they're changing at a rapid pace. I will not vote for Joe Biden. I do not support anybody from the squad. I think they're totally full of shit. I think they're dangerous. I think they're race hustlers. I think they're cons. I think inevitably they want to get themselves production deals to produce documentaries. I think they're three-card Monty playing bullshit artists. I think they totally have an agenda. I have said, you know, not to go down the rabbit hole, that at this point when we're doing this interview, voting for Trump is on the table. People are like, what are you talking about? That's my reality. That is my reality. I will not support anybody who's anti-Israel. I will not support anybody that is anti, making America safe. I'm not supporting anybody that is cool with the fact that it takes me 2.5 hours to get back into America from Toronto at the what is it called? The passport at the
passport control.
The line to go from Toronto to New York. It takes me 2.5 hours, as it should, but it takes you 2 minutes to cross the border. I'm not down with that shit. I'm not down with police officers in the greatest city on earth getting beaten up, and you're a legal immigrant, and then you have no bail. I'm not down with
and flipping off the camera.
Flipping off the fucking camera like Tupac when he got arrested and he was coming out in the red Detroit Red Wings t-shirt. I'm not down with going into a Costco or a 7-Eleven or a Rite Aid, as I videotaped once and went crazy viral, cleaning out the spot and walking like you're on like a beautiful spring day walk. I'm not down with any of that shit. So any of these people that support it, I'm not voting for them.
Beautiful. Again, I know a lot of people don't like this guy because of everything that he's had to say in the past, but I can definitely get down with what he's saying. There's a lot of people who are coming to these conclusions, man. They're starting to figure it out. Because when you feel it, like he just said, I didn't even see this video he's talking about, but he actually was in a store. This doesn't happen to famous people a lot, where they're in a store and they see the looting happen. That doesn't happen to many people. You know, I've never seen, that doesn't happen to many people at all. Well, I shouldn't say many people. It happens to quite a few people, but it's rare that you hear about somebody in a position like his who was there and was able to film it going on like that. But, you know, he lives in New York. He's going to be exposed to that kind of thing. And that's the thing. People, I forget who I was having the conversation with, but I think New York's going to flip. Oh, yeah, it was my buddy I was on the phone with. New York's going to flip Republican, man. It is. It is. How could you not? New York, out of all places, it's time, man. They're making it so developers aren't going to want to come there. They're going to make it so businesses don't want to operate there. They're making it so the smart, successful economy driving people don't want to be there. People are just going to pick up and go to Texas and Arizona. They're going to be like, what am I doing? I go through winter and I have to go through this? Are you kidding me? People don't want that. Watch, you're going to see this guy. I wouldn't be surprised. You see this guy move to Florida, 100%. How do you deal with this type of stuff? So, of course, voting for Trump's going to be on the table, right? And honestly, again, I know a lot of people don't like him, but even the fact that he's willing to say voting for Trump is on the table, who else is he going to vote for? I know this guy. This guy's not voting for RFK. He said he's not voting for Biden. Right? We can go into the mindset of, oh, he's a complete liar and he's going to vote for Biden. Sure, you can live in that world if you want to. I'm going by what he said. He said he's not voting for Biden. I can't see him voting for RFK. So he's more than likely going to vote for Trump. I can't see somebody who's in New York feeling everything that's happening, not being inspired to go and vote and to vote for Trump. Like how do you not want to do that in this day and age? I don't know, but I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. There's a lot of people waking up. Snoop Dogg woke up. 50 Cent said the other day, he's like, we need Trump back. I think he said it in a tweet. There's so many people waking up because they get it. They get it. Things were good. Things weren't just good. A lot of people have this mindset that things were just good for rich people or millionaires. Things are always good for them. You know what I mean? If you have 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 million, things are always good for you. You're fine. And anytime there's heat, you can always just go to another continent and just chill and vacation until things die down. You could build a bunker like Mark Zuckerberg. Things are always good for you. The real people who you got to realize when they say something is the everyday regular people, middle class, lower class. When they say things are not good for them, when they're talking about groceries going up so much in price, and then Biden's press secretary is like, no, hasn't gone up. It's like, you can't do this 1984 weird stuff where you're just like, no, that's not happening. And there's people who are in the trenches of everyday life, and they're like, yes, it is happening. I can't buy as much food. I know I can't. You can't just tell people they're crazy. It's not going to work. I can't wait to see this guy hit his arc. I know he's going to vote for Trump, and when he does, I can't wait to see the videos he has about it, what he has to say about it. Maybe he'll regret it. I don't know. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about Michael Rappaport. Not what he's done in the past. I'm not saying forget it, but what do you think about what he has to say in this video? Because I feel him on this. All of these things, you can't vote for people who are down for this, who are okay with the border being open. You can't. Like, how? How many more people? His first year in office, what was it? 1.9 million crossed the border illegally. Second year, 2.7 million. Third year, 3.2 million. Fourth year is going to be what? 4 million? How's this happening? More in those 3 years, it adds up to almost all of Trump's presidency and into Biden, into Obama's. That's what he's done in 3 years. And you literally have a press secretary and Gavin Newsom saying this is the best modern day president we've ever had. They're just lying. It's not even deceitful at this point. It's just ignorant. It's crazy. It's like right now if I told you my hat's blue. And then I said you should throw out your computer. People who made your computer are probably racist or something. They're trying to hold me down. I have a blue hat on. Don't be silly. Anyways, guys, I can get heated about this all day. Like, subscribe, share. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. We're out.